Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Maths with Moshumi. Now today I am discussing few sums on maxima and minima, and that is the things which you need to know before solving the sums. That is the first derivative test, second derivative test. I am just little bit discussing on this first derivative test. Suppose f is a function is given and it is continuous in a interval. It is defined in an open interval, suppose I, and suppose there is a critical point C in this open interval. F is continuous in a critical point C. If f dash x changes its sign from positive to negative as x increases through C, that is, if f dash x is more than or greater than 0 at every point sufficiently close to and to the left of C, then f dash x less than 0 at every point. So C point is called the local maximum. And the local minimum, what is? Just the opposite. If f dash x is more than 0 at every point sufficiently close to C, then C point is called the local minimum. And if f dash x does not change its sign, that means such a point is called the point of inflection. Next, second order derivative, second derivative test. Second derivative test is also the same way. If a function is defined in an open interval, in an interval I, and C belongs to the I, so here we have to and f is 2i is differentiable. Okay, so 2i is differentiable means we have to find out f dash C, then we have to find out f double dash C. So we have to make then f dash for f dash x, f double dash x, then f dash x is equal to 0 if we have to do, so that we will get some point, suppose x equal to C. Next, for x equal to C point, if f double dash C is less than 0, then we can see at x equal to C, fc is having the local maximum value. Or if f double dash C is greater than 0, then we can say that fc has a local minimum value. Okay, so these two cases you have to remember. Now let us proceed with the sums. That is, find the maximum and minimum value of x plus sine x on the closed interval 0 to 2 pi. Here fx is equal to x plus sine x. Now f dash x is equal to, we have to do the derivative with respect to x, that is 1 plus 2 cos 2x. Now this f dash x is equal to 0 we have to make, so that we are getting here cos 2x is equal to minus half. Now half is value of cos pi by 3, that is minus cos pi by 3. Cos negative in second and third quadrant. So second quadrant we are considering as cos pi minus pi by theta, that is 2 pi by theta. Now the solution, this part you have done in class 11 only. So from there solution, if cos x equal to cos y, then x equal to n pi plus minus y. So according to that, 2x equal to 2n pi plus minus 2 pi by 3. So by cancelling 2 in each and every term in left hand side and right hand side, we are getting x equal to n pi plus minus pi by 3. So from here we have to put n is equal to 0, then 1, then 2 and so on. So just check it for n equals to 0 first. For n equals to 0, x we are getting plus minus pi by 3. So plus pi by 3 and minus pi by 3. Two values we are getting here for x. But minus pi by 3 does not belong to the interval, closed interval 0 to 2 pi. So we have to consider only one value, x equal to pi by 3. Next is, for in this x equal to n pi plus minus pi by 3, we have to put n is equal to 1. So pi plus minus pi by 3, so there we are getting two values. One is pi plus pi by 3, another one is pi minus pi by 3. So from here what are the values we are getting? 4 pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. So both the values we have to consider as value of x. Next, for n is equal to 2, it is coming 2 pi plus minus pi by 3. So 2 pi plus something, it is not in the interval 0 to 2 pi. So here we can consider only one value, 2 pi minus pi by 3. It is 5 pi by 3. So how many values of x we are getting? One is pi by 3, second one is here is 4 pi by 3, then 2 pi by 3, then 5 pi by 3. so many values we are getting. Also we have to consider the end point of the intervals. So let us check now the values of fx at these different points. So x is equal to pi by 3. Fx means f pi by 3 is equal to pi by 3 plus sine 2 pi by 3. So the values we are getting at the end is 1.92. Similarly for x equal to 2 pi by 3, x equal to 4 pi by 3, 5 pi by 3, also more 2 points, that is x0 and x equal to 2 pi. For that points also we have to get the values, and at the end we can see that at x equal to 2 pi the value is maximum, and at x equal to 0 the value is minimum. So these are the two values we are getting. Okay. Next, these type of problem sums are important for your board exam. So see this minutely. Alright. Find two positive integers x and y such that their sum is 35 and product is x square y to the power 5 is a maximum. So two positive integers you have to consider, 1 2 3 4 something, anything like that. So suppose one is x, another one is y. So according to the question it is given x plus y is equal to 35. From here we can write x is equal to x plus y equals to 35, means y is equal to 35 minus x, and the product we have considered as z is equal to x square y to the power 5. So here also in place of y we can put 35 minus x whole to the power 5. Now we can find out derivative of z with respect to x, dz dx. Dz dx, what is dz dx? By product formula we have to do this x square 5 y means 35 minus x into minus 1 plus 35 minus x to the power 5 into 2x. So just after simplifying we are getting 7x into 35 minus x whole to the power 4 into 10 minus x. So we have to make this is equal to 0, and 7x minus 35x whole to the power 4 into 10 minus x is equal to 0. We have to get this. Okay. Now we are getting the values of x equal to 0 and x equal to 35 and x equal to 10. Three values we are getting. So we have to use x equal to 0 we have to reject, because y is equal to, then according to this question x is positive number, so only x0 we cannot consider. Again x equal to 35 if we consider, then y is coming 0, so this also no, we cannot consider. And we have to take only one turning point, that is x is equal to 10. Now d square z dx square we have to get it, and at x equal to 10 what is the value of d square z dx square is coming, that is less than 0. So we can say by second derivative test dz dx will be maximum at x equal to 10, where y is equal to 35 minus 10 is equal to 25. So x and y, two values we are getting, one is 10, another one is 25. I am discussing now one very important sum. A square piece of tin of side 18 centimeter is to be made into a box without top by cutting a square from each corner and folding up the flaps to form the box. What should be the side of the square to be cut off so that the volume of the box is the maximum possible? So here one square is given. One square is given. From each corner we have to cut some square part also. We have to cut a square part. Now we have to find out the length of that each square. So now if suppose we are considering that x centimeter side, x centimeter of each side length of the square which should be cut off from each corner. So if x centimeter length of a square to be cut from the both sides, then the remaining part of the tin should be, the length should be 18 minus 2x now if we take out the flap, if we fold the flap and if it form a box, then the volume of the box what will be? That is length into breadth into height. Here the length is 18 minus 2x, breadth is also same because it was a square, 18 minus 2x. Now and when we just fold up the flaps, then the height is x centimeter. So 18 minus 2x into 18 minus 2x into x, this is the volume, so I have considered it as z. Now our process is just after a little bit calculation, we are getting z is equal to 4x cube minus 72x square plus 324x. So according to the second derivative rule, we have to find out dz dx, then we have to find out d squared z dx square. So dz dx equals to 0 if we do, then what we are getting? We are getting the value of x equal to 9 and x equal to 3. So x equal to 9 is rejected. Why? Because if we put x equal to 9, the remaining part will be 18 minus 2 into 9, that is 0, which is not possible. So x equal to 3 is only the turning point. Now at x equal to 3, d squared z dx square, that value we have to put, which is getting minus 72. So we can write z is minimum, z will be maximum at x equal to 3. It is written wrong here, z will be maximum. Okay, so at x equal to 3, and that is a question. And so the square to be cut off from each corner, the side will be 3 centimeter. Now another question, this almost same type of things, that is a rectangular sheet of tin 45 centimeter by 24 centimeter, this is a rectangle, is to be made into a box without top by cutting off square from each corner and folding up the flaps. What should be the side of the square to be cut off so that the volume of the box is maximum? The same type of sum. So check it once. The dimensions of the rectangular sheet is 45 and 24. Now from each side x centimeter square to be cut off, that means the remaining length of the sheet is 45 minus 2x and the breadth is 24 minus 2x and the height will be x. So the volume z is equal to 45 minus 2x into 24 minus 2x into x. So by calculation we are getting 4x cube minus 138x square plus 1080x. So dz dx we have to find out, then d squared z dx square we have to find out, then dz dx equals to 0, all the procedure of second derivative test, dz dx equals to 0. So by putting this we are getting two values of x equal to 5 and x equal to 18. So if we consider x equal to 18, then the breadth will be 24 minus 2 into 18, that is minus, which is not possible. So there is only one turning point, x equal to 5. Now, so at x equal to 5, we have to find out the value of d squared z dx square. So that is coming minus 156. So z is having maximum value at x equal to 5. Okay, z is having maximum value at x equal to 5. That means the side of each square to be cut off from the each corner to get the maximum volume is 5 centimeter. Okay. Another type of sum which may come in board, and generally this type of sums are coming in board. So just check it. So just let us see this sum. Show that all the rectangles inscribed in a given fixed circle, the square has been maximum area. So here it is given PQRS is a rectangle inscribed in the circle with center O and radius A, and x and y be the length and breadth of the rectangle. So here PQ is x and PR be y, where x and y both greater than 0. In this right angle triangle PQR, if we use Pythagoras theorem, we can get x square plus y square is equal to 2a whole square. Since a is the radius, so diameter square is 2a whole square. So we are getting y square equal to 4a square minus x square. So y is equal to under root 4a square minus x square. Now let a be the area of the rectangle that is x into y. So x in place of y we will write in the that root over of 4a square minus x square. So here next we have to do this derivative with respect to x, dA dx, that is second derivative rule test, already I have discussed. So dA dx we have to find out, then d square a dx square we have to find out. Next method is dA dx is equal to 0 we have to get, so that if we get dA dx equals to 0 we are getting the value of x is equal to root 2a. Now putting this value of root 2a in d square a dx square, we are getting the value is negative. That means at x equal to root 2a, the area of the rectangle is maximum. So the equation, if x equal to root 2a, we will put in this equation 1, that is y is equal to coming also root 2a. That means length and breadth both are equal here. So we are getting this inscribed rectangle is having maximum value, is having maximum area when it is a square. Next is we have to get next sum, almost another important sum, just check it. Show that the right circular cylinder of a given surface and maximum volume is such that its height is equal to its diameter of the base. That we have to show here. So surface area, we in cylinder formula is 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r square to circular base. Here we have considered the radius as x and the height is y. So 2 pi xy plus 2 pi x square. Now if 2 pi is common, so it is coming to xy plus x square is equal to right hand side, I mean s by 2 pi. So whole right hand side is now a constant term. We can say it is k. So xy is equal to, we can write k minus x square. So y is equal to k minus x square by x. Now for volume we have to find out the maximum volume. So volume is z is equal to pi r square h. So here r is x, so pi x square, and h is y, so pi x square y. So in place of y we will put the value with in terms of x square, that equation 1, from there we can put the value of y. So z is equal to, after calculation simplification, it is coming pi into kx minus x cube. So from here by second order derivative test we have to get dz dx, we have to get d square z dx square, and we have to find out then dz dx is equal to 0. We are getting x equal to under root k by 3. So by putting this x equal to k by root k by 3, d square z dx square is coming negative. So z is maximum if x is equal to root over of x, k by 3. So if x is given, then y we can find out from equation 1, and that is coming 2 into root over k by 3. So root over k by 3 means x we know. So y is equal to 2x means height is coming 2 into radius, that is diameter. So this only we have to prove for the maximum value of volume of the cylinder. Its height of the diameter of the base, height and the diameter of the base both are equal. Okay, so this much, these are the sums which are very important for your board exam, and you practice these all the sums. Thank you. This much for today.